Mike Trout and Shohei Ohtani almost combined for 1,500 feet worth of home runs yesterday against the White Sox. Masataka Yoshida, he has been a godsend for the Red Sox. He has been worth every single penny so far that they gave him. And Alek Manoah, his nightmare season continues against the Brewers. He was not good at all yet again. All of that in today's MLB Recap, a series in which we recap every single game almost every single day. And also, before we get into the games, reminder, use code Fuzzy on SeatGeek to save 20 bucks off. The first game I want to talk about from yesterday, the Marlins and the Padres, El Kraken, Gary, that is #1 in a Padres uniform. Now, I hate to just spoil the game right now, but Josh Hader, he owes Blake Snell dinner for the next month. He ruined his masterclass. Blake Snell, he struck out 7 through 6 shutout innings. He didn't allow any to score. So when Josh Hader jogged in with the lead, you're thinking this game is over. Well, obviously not, because I already spoiled it. Josh Hader, I mean, the most expensive steak dinner you can imagine. He owes Blake Snell that for at least a month. And I don't know why Gary was off the plate on that throw home. Anyways, Gene Segura, he then steals third base. He put himself even closer to score on a single from Nick Fortes. That's the walk-off. The Marlins shock the Padres. They win 2-1. Another low-scoring game. We have the Yankees and the Mariners. George Kirby was nasty, like absolutely nasty through 5 innings. He blanked the New York Yankees. Now he's going to need some help from his defense, and they had his back twice. J.P. Crawford at shortstop, he snagged a ball out of the air to steal an RBI from Gleyber Torres, and J-Rod in the 7th, he glides to the warning track and he closes out the 7th inning. George Kirby, he struck out Kyle Higashioka to complete an 8-inning shutout with 7 punch-outs. This one is going to need extras, where Seattle, they escaped a bases-loaded jam in the top of the 10th. And Cal Raleigh, the big dumper, he walks it off. So big dumper for the win. The Mariners barely nudged past the Yankees, 1-0. We have the Rays and the Cubs. I wanted to show this first run for Chicago because I'm so happy that's a base hit now. The fact that no one even talks about the shift being banned or really the pitch clock anymore, baseball's in good hands in my opinion. Patrick Wisdom made a slick play over at third base to help out his pitcher Justin Steele, and Justin had to leave after throwing 3 perfect innings. He left with forearm tightness, which is never a good sign, but I'm hoping that he's going to be all right. The Cubs bullpen was pretty good. They threw 3 shutout innings until the 7th when Brandon Lau, he launched one to deep center field for a 2-run home run. Trey Mancini, he immediately unties it and steals the lead back, only to have it snatched away again. Jose Siri, meet outer space. He's officially in the 10 home run club now. He has a 144 OPS plus and 2 outs above average in center field. He is a 4-tool superstar. It's just the contact isn't there. Randy, he corrals the final out as Tampa Bay becomes the first team in baseball to 40 wins. So this next game, the Guardians and the Orioles, so much happened. I'm going to try my best to show everything that MLB will hopefully allow me to, because again, so much madness happened. J. Ram and Andres Jimenez, they combined for Cleveland's first 3 RBIs. Andres on a 2-run single in the 3rd inning. I need him to stay hot because he has been atrocious to begin the season. Baltimore, they got one of those runs back in the 3rd. So this 2-run lefty-lefty nuke off the bat of Josh Naylor ties it at 5 runs apiece. Do not let that guy get hot, or this guy. Josh Bell and Naylor, they go back-to-back to regain the lead. And there's the former Cleveland prospect, Anthony Santander. I cannot believe we let him go in that Rule 5 draft. We should have put him on the roster of whatever you have to do to keep players from being in the Rule 5 draft. In my opinion, he was baseball's 2nd best hitter in May, just behind Aaron Judge. He hit .337 with 7 home runs and 22 RBIs in May alone. Shane Bieber, he might be washed, I'm afraid. But at least Josh Naylor bails him out from getting the L. He clears them for a 3-run double that is 5 RBIs on the day. And rookie Gabriel Arias crushed a 2-run mammoth shot to Cleveland's bullpen out in left center field, and Naylor, he ends his day with 6 RBIs. He now has 40 RBIs on the season. The Guardians, they're top 10 in scoring the last week, so that's fun. Usually they suck at scoring. We have the Brewers taking on the Blue Jays, and I cannot believe I'm saying this, but Alek Manoah, just like Shane Bieber, I don't know if they're washed per se, maybe they can't get used to the pitch clock, but they both have not been good lately. Again, I don't know if it's the pitch clock or what, but Alek Manoah cannot throw strikes. He keeps walking guys and then allowing home runs pretty much right after. Abraham Toro, he belts a 2-run home run, and then Manoah was taken out after 89 pitches over 4 innings. That's got to sting because he's a workhorse. He wants to go 5, 6, 7, 8 innings every single start. Anyways, Vladdy had to toss his glove for an out. The ball got stuck in his glove, so I mean, that's a cool play, but Milwaukee, they're going to cruise to an easy victory. They got 2 more huge runs from Owen Miller, who's still hitting .331 on the season. Devin Williams had an easy 9th inning. Okay, maybe not that easy because he saw his life flash before his eyes, but the Brewers, they doing 4-2. Masataka Yoshida ends his first 2 months in MLB with a monster stat line. After that home run, he's hitting .317 with 7 home runs and 31 RBIs with the 141 OPS plus. Devers, he makes it 2-0 on his 200th career two-bagger. He's going to hit 500 doubles in my opinion. Catcher Luke Maley, he just barely misses a two-run tater. Nick Senzel, he singles home Jonathan India. I hope that Jonathan India finds his Rookie of the Year self because he's not the same guy anymore. But regardless, Cincy, they kept on getting closer and closer, and after tying it in the 7th on a double play, Spencer Steer, he went yard again. This guy flat out rakes. His 8th home run of the season was his 15th extra base hit in the month of May. The Reds win 5-4 and they have won 5 games in a row. So taking a look at the AL East, the Rays are still out in front by 4 games over the Baltimore Orioles. The Yankees are 6 games back, even though they're 10 games over 500. The AL East in 2023 is all-time good. I promise you guys, the Angels game is coming up. Do not go anywhere, but let's talk about the Pirates and the Giants. Andrew McCutchen, he was able to barely get a double past Blake Sabol in left field. He's 1 double away from 400 for his career. That kickstarted a 4-run second inning as Rodolfo Castro ripped an RBI single, and Cabrian Hayes turned on the Jets to hit a 2-run triple to left field. No one was covering third, so he was able to pretty much walk into third base. McCutchen got on and then stole second base in the 4th inning, and Brian Reynolds brought his friend home. Connor Joe, he doubled in Brian Reynolds later in the 6th inning, and we got to talk about Mitch Keller. Yes, he allowed 4 runs in this start, but he struck out 8 hitters over 6 innings, which means that he had 53 strikeouts in just 39 innings in the month of May. That is a 12.2 strikeouts per 9, and he only walked 5 hitters the entire month of May, so even though he gives up 4, I thought it was a really good month for Mitch Keller. The Pirates win 9-4 against the Giants. The Rockies at the Diamondbacks. Ketel Marte came into this one with a 28-game on-base streak. He turns it into 29 games after a first-inning single, and Corbin Carroll, he laced an RBI single. Lourdes Gurriel, he is making a case to be Player of the Month in May. Those 2 RBIs give him 18 RBIs in May. He also hit .352 with 8 home runs, so the guy was an absolute monster. Jake McCarthy, he flexed his top 3% speed later in this one, stealing second in the 2nd and then causing a balk right after, allowing Pavin Smith to say thank you. He basically gets a free RBI on that double. Corbin, he's going to do it again. Another RBI single. He's hitting .290 with 9 home runs, 16 stolen bases, and a 145 OPS plus. That is career home run number 100 for Christian Walker. So underrated. Tip of the cap because that is not easy to do. 100 home runs in Major League Baseball. Tommy Henry, 7 dominant frames. He struck out 7 along the way, did not allow a single run to score. The Diamondbacks win 6-0. So real quick before we talk about the Los Angeles Angels, let's talk about the Los Angeles Dodgers. Now, the Diamondbacks, they can get to within a half game of first place if the Nationals can steal a W. Not a great start for Washington. Mookie Betts hit a home run, and then Freddie Freeman got on for a 20-game hitting streak. This dude is so good. Will Smith, he hit a home run, the 2nd of the inning for LA. But then Washington pulled out the Uno reverse card. Kyber Ruiz hit a home run versus his former team, and CJ Abrams made it back-to-back home runs. Ruiz has 6 home runs, and same for CJ Abrams. The power is really creeping up for Mr. Abrams. Jameer, he stepped in with his team losing in the 5th, and they ain't losing no more. That 2-run home run broke Noah Syndergaard, like actually broke his brain, I think, because he said he would give up his non-existent hypothetical firstborn son to be his old self yet again, because Noah Syndergaard, I mean, that's him. He is no longer Thor. He's topping out at like 94, maybe 95 miles an hour if he's lucky. Luis Garcia smoked a 3-run no-doubter. He went full skip mode after that home run. Mookie, he tried to rally his team on his 2nd home run of the day. He's got 27 extra base hits and 33 RBIs on the season, but there's number 2 for Kyber Ruiz. He has 7 home runs and 23 RBIs with 14 walks to only 15 strikeouts. That's amazing for a young switch-hitting catcher. So yes, the Diamondbacks do in fact gain a game. They are just a half game out of the Dodgers in the NL West. The Diamondbacks, they've won 4 in a row, by the way. I forgot to mention that. Mike Trout is really trying to salvage his May of 2023 because it might have been his worst month of any month in his entire career. And there you go, 461 feet on that 2-run moonshot to another galaxy. Ohtani, he connected as well. Back-to-back games with a home run. He's got 14. Shout out to Jared Walsh. I kind of forgot that he existed, but he's trying to overcome that thoracic outlet syndrome surgery. It's nice to see him out there hitting 2-run extra base hits. Excuse me, how far did that baseball go? 459 feet off the bat of Ohtani to make it a 10 spot. I just want to mention that Jaime Barria, he was very good yet again. 6 strikeouts over 5 innings, just 1 earned run. The Angels got even more run support courtesy of a home run from Taylor Ward. There's one from Chad Wallach. Both Chad Wallach and Matt Thaiss have been so good ever since Logan O'Hoppe went down. Jared Walsh, he capped off a 3 RBI day with another RBI double. Hunter Brown came out cooking early in this one. He struck out the first 5 of 6 hitters that he faced against the Twins. But yeah, that streak got got snapped and then some in the 3rd inning. Minnesota put up 3 after Donovan Solano, aka Donnie Barrels as we call him on the channel. He plates 2, and Alex Kirilloff, he had an RBI single. Hunter Brown ended up getting tagged for 5 earned runs after allowing even more base runners in the 5th, and the bullpen could not save him. Jeffers gave his rookie starting pitcher those extra 2 runs on a ground rule double, and Louis Varland, he put Houston in a blender. 5 strikeouts over 7 shutout. That is not easy to do. He only allowed 5 total base runners the entire game, so he was very efficient. The Twins, they went big 8-2 over the Astros. We have the Tigers and the Rangers. Marcus Semien was going for a 20-game hit streak just like Freddie Freeman, and he barely beats out the 115-mile-per-hour laser throw from Akil Baddoo. Okay, it wasn't 115, but I have to get my glaze and fanboy moment in. Semien, he ends up not scoring, so we head to the 6th inning where the score is still 1-1 after a Jonah Heim single. Jake Rogers, he lifts a sac fly to put Detroit up by 1, and Jake Marisnick, who I think just got called up or signed after Riley Green went down with a fractured leg. He has a fractured fibula that came out of nowhere. I feel so bad for him because he was so good the last month and a half. Jake Marisnick adds to the lead, and then Zach McKinstry hoses Corey Seager for a massive out in the 7th inning. See what I mean? Nathaniel Lowe, he went up the middle. He would have 100% tied it if Corey Seager was on base. Alex Lang got a clutch web gem from Zach Short at 2nd base, and then he strikes out Lowe to seal it. So if we take a look at the AL Central, the Twins are the only team in that entire division with a positive run differential. The Tigers are 2 games back of 1st place, while the Guardians are 3.5 games back of 1st place. The Braves and the A's. Ozzie Albies, he's playing like that one Michael Jordan meme from The Last Dance where he says, and I took that personally because Ozzie Albies has been deemed as the most overrated player in baseball for quite some time, but he has 11 home runs and 36 RBIs. That is stupid for a middle infielder, but again, his .294 on base percentage is what people are going to latch onto and say, yeah, he sucks at baseball. Anyways, Austin Riley, he got hit by a pitch to make it 3-0, and rookie starting pitcher Jared Schuster almost allowed the Oakland Athletics to get back into it, but Ronald, he flies in from right field to make the grab. Ronald stepped in moments later and delivered with an RBI single to score Orlando Arcia. He would have had another RBI, but Este Uriuiz, like a gazelle in center field, he makes the grab. He also stole another bag, so he has 28 stolen bases before the month of June. That's insane. Iglesias, he didn't implode. The Braves do win 4-2. Hey, Philly fans, serious question. Is it time to start worrying about your squad? Mark Canha, he went yard off of Aaron Nola to keep Nola's streak alive, and when I say streak, I mean he allowed a home run in 7 consecutive games, make it 8 games in a row that Aaron Nola has allowed a home run. Canha hurt Nola again in the 4th. He ripped a 2-run single, so every single run for the Mets was scored courtesy of Mr. Canha. Carlos Carrasco, Cookie, he was great again. 1 earned run, 4 strikeouts over 6 innings. So we head to the 7th where Brett Beatty made a dazzling throw to nab the speedy Trey Turner, ending a threat. David Robertson, he was on the Phillies like 6 months ago. He locked in after allowing 2 base runners. He strikes out 2. The Phillies have lost 3 games in a row, and this is what the NL East is looking like right now. So that does it. Thank you all so much for watching today's MLB recap. I really appreciate all the support. If you enjoyed, leave a like. If you're brand new, hit that subscribe button, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Be safe.